Hello there. Meteorological summer is here, but is it going to start off as dry or as sunny as spring did? Well, this morning it was dry and bright for many areas, bar a few showers across the northeast and the very far northwest, but mostly a dry and bright start to the week. But notice behind me some thicker areas of cloud moving their way through, also some outbreaks of rain across the very far northwest, and that's all thanks to an area of low pressure just once again to the northwest of the country, sweeping in some frontal systems. And take a look at how many isobars are on the chart as well. So that means overnight tonight through into Tuesday, some wet and windy weather is on its way. That means many of us tomorrow morning are going to be waking up to some quite blustery outbreaks of rain. At first across northern, central, southern parts of England, parts of Wales, and as this system slowly sinks its way southeastwards, that's going to bring in further outbreaks of rain across East Anglia, Sussex and Kent, where it may linger through much of the day. Now turning a little brighter behind this, but still plenty of showers, particularly across the northwest, where once again they could be heavy, may even hear the odd rumble of thunder, but they're really going to be quite blustery across the northwest, a risk of coastal gales here. And temperatures are returning to around about average for the time of year, but it's not going to be too cold across the southeast. Temperatures still pushing into the low 20s here, but definitely a much fresher feel across parts of the north. Then eventually overnight we could say goodbye to that cold front, but still plenty of isobars on the chart, so it's still going to be quite breezy, still some quite strong winds across the very far north of the country, just with this area of low pressure remaining to the north. So it's probably going to be a little bit drier across parts of England and Wales through the first part of the morning, but still plenty of those blustery showers skirting their way eastwards across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland and northern parts of England. And eventually by the afternoon we'll see a few more creep up across parts of England and Wales. Once again, a chance these could be heavy. Now, temperatures widely are going to be in the mid to high teens, but once again, being offset by those winds, but winds should lighten off a little as we head through the course of the day. Now Wednesday, we still see low pressure situated to the north, so it's still sweeping in some frontal systems, some organised bands of showers and also more persistent outbreaks of rain. So once again, an unsettled day ahead, particularly across central and southern parts, these showers merging together, bringing more persistent outbreaks of rain. Once again, winds picking up, particularly across the south, and we could see some quite heavy and persistent downpours. A bit of a change in fortunes across the far north of Scotland, a little brighter here. A few showers still possible, but not quite as many as earlier in the week. But those temperatures still remaining in the mid to high teens, once again a little offset by the strong winds at first. And Friday, yep, you've guessed it, more showers, still sweeping their way eastwards, still heavy and still turning a little blustery at times. Once again, they could merge together, bringing quite heavy and persistent outbreaks of rain. So a brolly or a raincoat is certainly needed this week. But once again, across the south, it's still not going to be too cold. Highs reaching the high teens, possibly low 20s again, but still quite fresh across those northern areas, particularly in the brisk winds. Now, is there any improvement over the weekend? Well, there's still a bit of a question mark towards this feature just skirting its way towards the south on Saturday. This could possibly bring further showers, maybe even some longer spells of rain, and it's likely we'll see a continuation of the showers over the weekend. But of course, if you want more updates on that, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye-bye.